Hello friends, welcome back to another session on human resource management, and in today's session we are going to see a few case studies of implementation of SHRM. And if you see in the previous sessions that we had taken, we have seen how strategic human resources approaches are there and what are the various ways in which the organization have been following SHRM. Today we are going to see a few cases on FAB India and Oberoi groups, and in this session we are going to see how FAB India as an organization have been practicing strategic HRM and what are the ways in which they are finding it useful and how it has been successful over the years. So, let us quickly see what is FAB India and what are the products they deal in. So, FAB India is an organization started way back in 1965 by American Indian, and the organization basically deals with home furnishing as well as garments, and the garments are hand woven and hand printed fabric. And the organization has also introduced non-textile products in the year 2000. It has introduced organic food in 2004, and some personal care products were also introduced in the year 2006. It introduced handicraft jewelry in 2008, and as of today there are around 211 retail stores of FAB India across India, and 2 stores are available in other parts of the world like in Italy, Nepal, Malaysia, Mauritius, and also in some part of the world, some other parts of the world. So, the basic ideology of FAB India which it believes in is values and ethics in business. So, the entire concept of business is a unique model, and the organization has been functioning on this model for the last 50 years and more. So, when the organization was started in 1965, there was a clear ideology that they had set. The purpose of starting the business was to have profit and also to give quality products through customer satisfaction, and also keep the artisans alive for the various art forms that are there in India, and ensure that it reaches the customer with the same authenticity and truthfulness. So, the entire concept of the business that was there was towards keeping the culture and the artist alive in India, which have been prevalent for numerous years. So, the first and foremost purpose of the organization is it focuses on 3 stakeholders. The starting point is customer, because the customer are the ones who use the product which is being produced by this artisans. So, it is very important to ensure that the customer get the taste and preference what they are looking for in the products that is being offered to them. And the next important stakeholder is the owners and the employees, because the organization runs with the purpose of profit maximization and ensures that the stakeholders are getting the right kind of benefits that for the purpose for which the organization was started. And the third important stakeholder in the business model are the artisans. So, the FAB India concept is that they get artist based products from every part of the country, and they get it from the artisans in the very authentic manner, and they follow a model called as a cooperative society of these artisans who are in the nearby clusters. So, they form clusters by bringing in the same kind of artists together and form a common corporate in that area itself. So, the purpose here is that the artisans from the particular geographical background club together and commonly bring in the products to the customer. So, this is how the organization has been functioning, and since the stakeholders are directly in touch with the company, it becomes more clear and it becomes easy for the organization to have a coordination between all the three stakeholders. The entire functioning of the organization itself is based on the values and ideologies that has been imbibed amongst the employees in the organization. So, let us quickly see what is the unique concept that this organization has been following over the years. So, the organization keeps one thing that is very unique to the company itself is being accountable. So, every employee in the organization is also a part of the stakeholder and he is accountable for whatever he does with the artisans or with the customer. So, the training is given to every employee in this as and when they get observed in the organization, so that they value every product that is being procured and stored in the organization as a valuable piece of artisans creation. So, this becomes very crucial because they should honor and respect every piece of product that is being procured by the organization as a art and also as a quality produce of an artisan. So, this training is done at the initial stages of their placement, and this is being carried out throughout the tenure of an employee with the organization by giving them timely trainings and developments. And the next important aspect of this organization is people facts and the challenges. So, if we talk about customers, the over the years the customer retention of FAB India has been increasing enormously, because the most important aspect of such a product is that every customer who has once been a customer for FAB India should be a retained customer, and whatever is his requirement should be satisfied in the same manner every time. So, it becomes very crucial for the employees to maintain the quality and also the services that is being given to the customer. So, the challenges that are being faced by the artisans in the various parts of the country is overcome with the help of the management and the employees, because when FAB India has been connecting with the artisans from the rural background, it is very important that the particular artisan is given some kind of empowerment and support from FAB India. So, they train the employees for certain aspects as to how they should deal with the artisan or how they should collaborate with the artisan to get the produce in the timely manner and ensure the quality of every produce that has come. So, this is one of the crucial aspect of FAB India, and the ratio of HR to staff has been 1:125, which means the total strength of the employees in FAB India is around 1500, which means there are around 13 to 15 HR staffs, and the entire organization functions with these 13 to 15. Amongst them there is one employee who is also playing the role of the trainer and handles the training and development by giving trainings to all the employees in the organization, and the remaining HR mainly are involved with other activities like hiring and the other aspects of HR like staffing and remuneration and things like that. So, the organization ensures that the ideologies are being transferred to every employee in the organization by giving them the training as and when they are hired. So, it is not a very easy process to hire the right kind of employees, and so the organization has been focusing on ideological fitment when hiring the employees. Why is it that FAB India focuses on ideological fitment? The reason for that is it follows a different business model wherein the stakeholders like the employees are also the owners in some way or the other, because the employees are also given stake in the organization's shares, because when the company was almost in 50 years, they have issued shares for the employee stakes, and the employees in the organization has also been offered stakes, and they are now become one of the owners also as a part of the organization. So, it is very crucial to identify right kind of employees who can match up with this ideology and who can work in collaboration with the artisans and get the produce to the customer. So, it becomes very crucial because it works on a model where every branch has to raise their own produce by keeping tap with the artisans in the nearby geography and also identify customers for them. So, it becomes crucial for every outlet to ensure profitability and sales. So, the such kind of mindset is also very important for the employee to sustain in an organization like FAB India. So, the employee who has got such kind of a mindset where they also focus on procurement as well as selling, this is very crucial for the growth of the organization. So, using the values and ideologies to drive the business and the people is also a crucial part of FAB India, because unless and otherwise the employee do not value the artisans, they will not be able to entrust this amongst the customer. Unless they do not do that, the value for the produce will not be obtained, and it will not be easy for the organization to sustain in the business. Apart from that, the company like FAB India has been also a gender bender approach, wherein they have almost 75% of their top level management being female employees. So, it is very good to hear that they have been promoting gender equality, and the percentage of top level management has been more with women employees. The employees are also the owners, as I told earlier that the employees were given stake in the organization when the organization was celebrating its 50 years of existence. So, during that time except for 15 odd employees, all the other have been offered with stakes, because they were working with the organization for more than an year, and every employee got some stake, which also increased by almost 200% of its growth, and the employees also got benefited out of it. So, this is another aspect of FAB India, wherein the growth of the organization also brings a growth in the financial well-being of its employees. So, this kind of a mindset is not very common across organization of this kind in the country. And cultivating a good work entrepreneurial work culture is also another aspect which is seen in FAB India. Like every branch has to operate on its own, and they have to ensure that the produce has been obtained from the nearby geography, and they are able to sell those to the customers. So, the employee has to have a mindset wherein he or she has to think about the product quality and ensure that they are able to get the right kind of output from the artisans. So, this is another culture that is prevalent in FAB India, and creating the drive for excellence. So, there is a concept of awarding a center for excellence to the branch which is able to function in a very good manner, and they are profitable over a period of time. So, FAB India has been identifying those centers or those outlets which have been giving the highest business and which has got the youngest team of employees in them, to be awarded as center for excellence for their contribution to the growth of the organization. So, this is another aspect which drives and motivates the employees to perform better, and FAB India ensures that these centers are being showcased in every possible manner for their achievement and for their contribution. So, this builds empowerment amongst the employee, and they become a role model for the other centers which have not been performing so good for a period of time. So, this is another way of motivating the employees towards better quality quality input for the organization. And FAB India also focuses on growth from within. When we talk about growth from within, here I would like to mention about what is the concept that they have identified for growth from within. The organization follows internal job posting for the existing employees, wherein if there is a vacancy for a post, if it requires some relocation or if it requires some kind of a training, then it is provided to the employees. First priority is given to the internal job seekers, and then they get people from outside if it is required. So, this is something which gives an opportunity for a employee to grow within the organization. So, that is growth from within. So, these are some of the basic concepts that are being followed by FAB India as a strategic HRM practices, and over the period of time we have seen FAB India grow from almost 24 branches to almost 114 branches in the last 5 years. So, most of the employees, around 60 to 65% of the employees who are currently working with FAB India have been working with them only for the last 5 years, but still they are able to showcase the same kind of growth and aspiration which their earlier existing employees were able to showcase. The reason for that is the right kind of quality training and empowerment that the organization have been giving to its employees, and the kind of trust the organization has been showcasing into their employees. So, this is the story of FAB India. Now, let us quickly see how the HR practices are being practiced in the Oberoi group of hotels. So, as we all know, Oberoi group of hotels was started in the year of 1934 from Simla, and it has been now become a benchmark hotel and resort in the country for its known for its quality and customer satisfaction. So, the most simple and the uncommon operational philosophies that has been started by MS Oberoi and also the current chairman Mr. P.R.S. Oberoi is that guest is everything. So, this is the uncommon ideology that is being followed, but this is the most common philosophy that every employee and the organization management have been following over the years. They say that they are in the business of not hotels, but they are in the business of creating memories. So, this is the mindset with which the Oberoi group have been pursuing their business over the years, and every customer speaks about singular experience of being truly seen, heard and understood when it comes to the Oberoi group. So, maybe the customer has come in with a plan to stay with the hotel or in the resort for a few days, but when they leave with experiences and memories. This is the reason why the Oberoi group have identified unique locations to set up their business or set up their resorts, which gives a feeling of contentment for every customer who walks in to this group of hotel. So, let me see what is the fact that makes it so unique. So, the astonishing effect that the company is able to create amongst its employee is because of the act and the gesture, the words that are used by the employees, that brings a heartfelt moment for their customers. So, this feeling or the gesture that is being showcased by the employee is not by training, but by practice. So, every employee in the organization feels the contentment, and the same is being extended to its customers. The Oberoi group follows the dharma policy, or they are translating the dharma practices which are there as a showcase to the customers. So, the ethical standards is everything that they follow, and the organization does teamwork and they follow the policy of customer first, company second and self last. So, when we talk about these three things, customer first, which means that in whatever situation customer is the priority, and whether it is the task of the every employee to showcase the customer that he is the topmost priority for them, and they give a lot of benefits to its customer. So, one such practice is the 1500 practice that is being followed by Oberoi groups. So, during the stay, every employee is empowered to offer a benefit or a product or any kind of a service at the cost of 1500 to its employee without being questioned for anything. So, this means that a customer may experience a delightful moment in during their stay, where he or she may be offered a particular product or a service at the cost of rupees 1500, whatever could be its actual cost, but it may be offered to the customer at a cost of 1500. So, this is one such way in which the company has empowered the employees to showcase the customer first to the customer. And the second thing is company second. So, the employees are trained and tuned in such a manner that they will not compromise whatsoever for the company. So, if it comes into whichever area or function of the hotel is, it is be it the pantry or be it the cafeteria or be it the fine dining, every area is very clear about the preferences that the company has been following and how they have been focusing on the quality and do not compromise whatsoever on the quality of the services that is being rendered to the customer. So, the company's policy is very crucial, and every employee ensures that they follow the standard practices that are being followed by the company. And self last means that the employees work for long hours. Being a hospitality industry, the time period or the working hours are very much extended, and the employees do not compromise on any aspect, because he is not very much selfish, and he gives it a priority to the organization. So, this is how they ensure that every employee puts maximum effort to give the best quality output to the customer, but this is also being taken care by the organization. So, the employees has to find joy in working in during their stay in the organization, because they spend a lot of time in the organization. The commitment of the Oberoi group towards every employee has also been tremendous, because they follow unique practices for the well-being of the employees. They have got various practices like yoga classes or healthy cooking. These trainings are also given to the employees, so that the employee take some self care and have a good and healthy lifestyle. So, these are some of the ways in which they ensure that the employees are also given priority, and take care for the customers, and two-way communication. Even in this era of technology, the Oberoi group still follows two-way communication in terms of personal touch and personal rapport with the customer. So, even the organization has got lot of technology used in the service delivery part. Still there are various ways in which they also ensure that there is a two-way communication happening between the employees and the customer, and whenever the employee has got any kind of a feedback to be given, the organization ensures that they take it in the positive manner and start working towards the improvement of the areas whichever has been highlighted by the customer. Apart from that, amongst the organization within the team and also from the management, they ensure that there is a open door policy, wherein the management people meet the employees in a timely manner by visiting the outlets or visiting the various facilities, and ensure that they talk to the employees directly. The top level management ensures that they meet employees on a routine basis over the period of the time, and find out what are the difficulties that they have been facing and ways and means to overcome those challenges and difficulties. So, they respect the employees, and every employee is given equal importance when it comes to the Oberoi group of hotels. And safeguarding the safety, security and health of all the employees as well as the customer is the environment that is being provided by the Oberoi groups, and this is one of the most important aspect when it comes to an industry like hotels, wherein the environment plays a major role in building the brand and also giving them the competitive advantage. So, avoiding short term fixes has been one of the most important area that the company has been focusing on. So, when it comes to customer, the employees are trained not to give short term fixes, but to ensure that there is a long term and healthy benefit that has been given to the customer. So, instead of giving quick fixes, it is always important that we ensure that there is a long term solution for every problem that is there. So, these are some of the references that has been taken for this, and I hope this session was useful and you have been able to identify as to how HR practices and the strategic HRM practices have been followed by various companies in India. In my next session, we will be also taking another example of one such organization which has got total quality management in their daily practices. Thank you.